The more older brothers a guy has, the more testosterone he's exposed to in utero and the higher probability it is that he'll be gay.
Wow.
Now, that's not always the case. It doesn't mean you have 5 older brothers, you'll be gay, but much higher probability of being gay if you have more older brothers. With each older brother, the probability of a male baby growing up into a gay man increases significantly.
This is Gay Science. In today's episode, did my time in my mother's womb make me gay? In the 90s, researchers studying what makes us gay made a shocking discovery. A boy was more likely to turn out gay the more older brothers he had. This was termed the fraternal birth order effect, but until recently there was no compelling explanation of why on earth this might happen. But a research team found evidence that it has to do with the mother's immune system during pregnancy. A mother who is pregnant with a son produces these antibodies against molecules in the child's brain. After the pregnancy, the antibodies will stay in the mother's body, so if she's later pregnant with another boy, she will have more antibodies binding to this boy's brain, which makes it more likely to develop into a gay brain. Note of caution though, this is a theory still in its early stages and it needs more evidence. I'm a researcher in psychology, follow for more.
New article came out why gay men have older brothers. It has been theorized that men have a roughly 33% increased probability of being attracted to a man for every older brother they have. Those with one older brother have approximate 2.6 probability of being gay. So that's you. What did your older brother do? He used to trade art and stuff like that. So you're more gay than that.
I love the research that gets done at our
That's a good point.
top university. It's like literally like broing out in the locker room. We go, yeah, well, I'm about to do a study that says you're gay because you got 2 brothers.
Did you know that men with older brothers are more likely to be homosexual? This phenomenon is called the fraternal birth order effect and was discovered by Ray Blanchard and Anthony Bogar in 1996. The pair gave 302 homosexual men a self-administered anonymous questionnaire regarding their biodemographics. They then compared the results of the homosexual men against heterosexual men given the same questionnaire, and what they found was very interesting. They found that the more older brothers a male had, the more likely he was to be homosexual, each additional brother increasing that likelihood by 33%. Since roughly 2% of men with no older brothers identified as homosexual, the likelihood of homosexuality rose 2.6% for men with one older brother, then rose 3.5% for men with 2 older brothers, and so on. It's important to note that this pattern was only found among men that had the same mother. This means that men with older brothers that weren't fully related to them, specifically through their mother, were not predisposed to homosexuality. That finding implies that it might be formed prenatally. In 2017, a study found a link between maternal immune responses to NeuroLegin-4Y-linked protein, male birth order, and the outcome of their son's sexuality. NLGN4Y is a gene that is integral to the development of a male's brain, specifically their synapses, while they are a fetus. They hypothesized that because NLGN4Y is located on the Y chromosome and is therefore foreign to a female's immune system, at each time she carries a male fetus, her body builds up antibodies against male-specific proteins, potentially influencing sexual orientation in those male fetuses because of the antibodies' ability to manipulate the gene's state. To test their hypothesis, they compared antibody levels among different groups of women who had all had children. They found that mothers with gay sons who had older brothers had the highest antibody levels, while women with no sons at all had the lowest. All of this evidence supports the notion that homosexuality is not just a choice or merely a product of environment. Rather, that sexuality in general has a biological basis. However, sexuality does not start or end with these studies. As a matter of fact, only 15 to 28% of homosexual men can actually attribute their sexuality to the fraternal birth order effect. So, at the end of the day, there is no gay gene, and there's likely no single cause for sexual orientation. It's important when having conversations about sexuality that we approach it with nuance. As a matter of fact, it's important to approach anything neurological with nuance since we know nothing.
The larger the number of older brothers that a male has, the higher the probability that he is gay.
I mean, it's really one of the rock solid findings in human sexuality. So the way to emphasize the difference is if a baby boy is born today, if he has no older brothers, his odds of being gay when he grows up is about 2%, right? Pretty low. But if he had one older brother, his odds go up by 1/3.
As you'll learn today, the amount of testosterone that a fetus is exposed to while in the mother has a profound impact not only on the ratio of finger lengths, but it also plays a meaningful role in sexual orientation. Now, as wild as that may seem, that result has now been confirmed many times over in humans and in animals. And you'll also learn that every time a woman is pregnant with a male, there's a biological trace of that, which biases the likelihood that her next male offspring will be either heterosexual or homosexual. Now, I know this sounds really out there, but these are extremely solid biological findings for which the mechanisms are now understood for both animals and humans. It turns out that the hormones we are exposed to while we are in the womb shape not only the preference for whether somebody is attracted to males or females, but also an aversion to the opposite.
And I know that you love me, baby, admit it. Give me all your love and
Call my brother a bitch ass nigga. But you better not call my brother no bitch ass nigga though. That ain't your brother, nigga. That's my brother. You can't call him no bitch.
I have two little brothers. One's very gay and not a bodybuilder, and one's one's a bodybuilder.
Which one am I? You'll never know. If you know, it's too late.
Here we go. We got a call that came in right here. Onward.
Hey, Theo. My name is Miles. I have a brother.
Hey, Miles, and thank you for calling, and I'm glad that you have a brother, man. Let's hear some more.
That acts really gay. How do I ask him if he's gay without pissing him off? Thank you, bro.
Well, I think you could do it in a gift way. You know, you could do it in a gift way, like a note or so, like you hide it. You put a note in a package, a little note, or and you write it, draw it, or whatever, and it says like, "Are you?" And then it has like two guys hugging or whatever, But then he's gonna think that you're just asking if he's in the Navy or whatever. So I'm trying to think of how do you do it. I think you just gotta tickle him or not until he tells you if he's gay or not. That's what my uncle would do. You just, because of gay, because that's how you even get gay. Somebody just tickles you so damn much, your whole spirit just kind of fucking just spoils into just wanting to meet some guys somewhere. So I think you got to figure it out, brother. I don't know, dude. Why would you even call and ask me that?